Hey all you Fiat junkies, it's John Costa, Mesa R&D. We're doing a little bit of a changeover here on the Sedan. We've got to be able to adjust the camber on this thing because we're going to be putting on the race tires. You can see they're about 2 inches wider than what we've got on their standard. And we had to come in here and we changed the nut assembly for this piece here that I made so that we can actually adjust this thing out. We need to have about a -1 degree camber instead of about 4 or 5 degrees that we have on the street tires. And so this is just a little modification that we did, and we made these up out of cold rolled steel, and I think they're going to work really slick here. We're going to show you how this is done. Well, as you can see, the tire barely fits under the fender flare or the fender, so we may have to take and roll this out, take our wooden dowel or whatever and stick in there and pull this fender out a little bit more. So now we'll get to the other side. Alright, you want to start by loosening the lugs so that we can undo them much easier. Alright, now we got the car jacked up. We've got a jack stand under there for safety. Alright, we've got the wheel off, and what we're going to do is we're going to take off the bolt and nut assembly up here on the top of the shock. We'll undo the bottom of the shock down here. We'll take it out completely, and then we're going to take and undo these nuts, and we're going to do this bolt here that holds the A-arm to the spindle. Alright, we've got the shock out, and while we're in here we're actually going to take and be going to replace the shocks that I bought for this. These are a pair of I think these are Monroe's or something that are for a Volkswagen with a independent front suspension, and we turned them upside down and I wasn't real happy with the performance, so we're going to try these Gabriels here, and I think these are going to work much better. Okay, we got all the nuts and bolts out of here now. Take this off. Now what we're going to have to do to this is we're going to have to take and punch out these holes to 1/2 inch to fit the bolts or the nuts that I made for this. Alright, we're over here in the shop, and I need to straighten this out so I can drill it. So I'm going to put it here in the vise and just twist this up and out of the way. We've got a 1/2 inch drill installed in the machine because that's the size we need. And I'm going to set this up here like so. Let's turn this over. Might help. We've got our speed set at about 200 RPM. One side. Make sure you hang on to this thing. It wants to jerk out of your hands. You don't want to drill too fast. There we go. Okay, I'm back to the vise again, and I got to pull this down like so. Well, you may be wondering why we're doing all this. We've welded a couple of ears on the bottom of the spindle, and if you can see that they're pushed back this way, so it gives us a little bit more track out this way here. And sometimes what happens here when you go to adjust the suspension is you run out of bolt, and by using my special nuts it gives me a little bit more material to work with because I've got to thread it all the way through. So I can actually have this in here And actually the whole thing can pull out that way. Well, this is my stack of spacers here, and as you can see, I had to make up a series of washers and cut them out so that I could actually be able to insert them. And what I did on the other side was to add 2 more washers. At least that's a starting point, and I think that would be a good place to start. Well, I've got all the shims in, and as you can see, there's just maybe 2 or 3 threads here that are going to hold this thing in. And if I can put my nut here, yep, there we go. You can see how when this goes on here, this will work really, really well. We're going to put a star washer on this to lock it in place, like so. As you can see, I've got these tightened down, and there's just a little bit of the thread sticking out beyond the trunnion there. So these are going to work out really slick. Well, the shock that we're using is an 86 766, 87 520. So if you can find these, I'd recommend them highly. Well, the shock is installed. And now we're ready to put the tire on. Well, there you have it. Got to tuck this one under just a little bit more. And we'll get the slicks on the back, and we'll be ready to go G prepared racing. Well, here it is a little while later, and we've got the tires on. I had to clearance the fenders a little bit. Got the rears on. I think we clearanced those last time through. Everything's looking good here. And so now all we gotta do is get our G prepared stickers on there, and we're ready to go racing. Hey, well, that's it for now. And if you have any questions, give me a call here at Costa Mesa R&D. We'll see you soon.